It is the day after I filmed the agility workout, and I just realized I'm wearing the same clothes. I slept in these clothes, and now I'm wearing them again. Don't act like you've never done it. Do you think you're better than me? You're not better than me. I want to go through and kind of discuss some stuff for the strength workout. Um, First off, just a real quick run through of the warm up. It's going to start again with that same pump stretch, which you will see me using a lot. Start in a downward dog, swing through to an upward dog. Oh. Some basic body weight squats, feet about shoulder width apart. My hips are kind of externally rotated, so that's why I look like that, depending on, you might have a straighter stance, so that's not important, just whatever's comfortable. And then down as low as you can go. I can usually get a little lower than this, but my ankle is still a little swollen. Make sure you don't want to keep your back upright, but you do want to keep it in a neutral position. What you want to try to avoid is a whole bunch of butt tucking under. Anyway, if you can't go down that far, range of motion will improve over time. Last warm-up move I have you doing is a few push-ups. If you don't want to get straight into regular push-ups as part of your warm-up, you can always elevate your hands, which is what I'm going to do right now because my shoulder's still bugging me. Anyway, that should get everything warm. Everything you're going to need anyway. So obviously I don't bench in here, so I can't exactly demonstrate a bench press, and I'm going to assume that you don't actually need me to anyway. But the two kind of things two cues I want you to be aware of when you're doing it is you want to roll your shoulders back, try and tuck your shoulder blades into your back pocket, is what I always think. You can give yourself some arch on there to help hold that shoulder position. Arch is not necessary, but most people find it very helpful. It also slightly will decrease your range of motion, which usually allows you to move more weight. The other thing I want you to think about is keeping your elbows at about a 45-degree angle, as you can see here. When pushing straight out, you should be right above your shoulder. When you come back in, you should be somewhere between the bottom of your sternum and the nipple line. So enjoy thinking about my nipples for a moment while I continue to show you the movement. You can see from the side that it is in fact very slightly diagonal. Will perhaps be a little bit more so when you're actually on a bench. The other one I wanted to talk about very briefly is the squat. So it's really not that different than the air squats that I had you doing in your warm-up. The main thing I like to think about, though, is hand placement. You don't want your hands way in here, and you don't want your hands way out there. You want them kind of right in the middle, to the point where you want them close enough that you're kind of making a meaty shelf on your back to rest it on. You don't want the bar up here on your neck, especially not if you have some upper spine curvature like me. You want it back there resting on your delts. It's much safer that way. And again, you want to try to go as low as you can, which that is about as low as I'm going right now in this position. Ideally, you would like to have your hip crease below your knees. That's not happening for me right now. So pull-ups, I obviously am a little too heavy and a little too weak in the shoulders to do right now. But the quick thing that I wanted to note is, pull-ups are out here, chin-ups are in here. Chin-ups focus more on your biceps. Pull-ups, especially the wider you go, focus more on your lats, and that's what we're after here. We're trying to build your lats. So you want to take the widest grip you comfortably can while being able to complete it. And if you can't do an amount of pull-ups that actually feels like it matters, you can obviously sub in some lat pull downs. You want to be doing a weight that you can handle for 8 to 12 reps. The plyometrics circuit that I have you doing, I think I have you going twice through right now. I can't remember. You want to get it all set up ahead of time so that you can just bam, 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 rotate through the exercises very quickly. I recorded a couple of videos of me at the gym doing a couple of these moves, but I just wanted to talk real quickly about that, the medicine ball squat and throw. So you got your ball here. We're doing this imaginary style, and you throw it up and catch. So you want to push with your whole body. This is a whole body move. That'll help you generate power throughout your whole body. As far as box jumps go, obviously I cannot demonstrate that up here right now, especially with my in-laws downstairs. They would not appreciate the noise. But again, you want to be using your whole body. You said you've done these, so I'm probably just wasting time here. But you want to, I swing my arms and really throw my whole body into it. Again, it's about generating power. Doesn't really matter if you're on the highest box. Step up over time.
The main thing to remember with the kettlebell swing is that it is a hip hinge movement. It is not a squat. So you want to keep your back straight, you want to move at the hips, you want to allow your knees to passively bend, but you do not want to squat down with the kettlebell. Okay, so actually you don't want to use one of those big, leathery medicine balls. You want to use one of these little squishy slam balls because they don't bounce. So obviously that's far superior. However, if you don't have one of these, just be smarter than I was and, catch it when it bounces.
As far as the stretches that we're doing with this one, starts off pretty simply. You want to stretch out your shoulder. Just this same stretch you've probably done a million times. To stretch your lats, you will need some kind of stable, upright pull. Door jam works real good. So what you want to do is you want to grab maybe about mid-torso height and then sink your hips back and down. And I know I don't have a great angle right now. I'll do this other one. You can feel a really good stretch here right through your lat. You can kind of rotate away from it too to increase that stretch. Now, if you have something like this available, you can do the chest stretch both sides at a time and just kind of lean into it like that. Or you can do one side at a time and rotate away from it like that. You can also do the same movement just on the wall, again, rotating away from it. You want to make sure you feel that all through here. You've done this a million times, I'm sure. Give them both a good stretch. We're going to get down on the floor for the figure 4 stretch. So what you want to do is you want to take one leg and cross it over, and so it kind of, looks like the number 4. Put your hands underneath here, underneath your knee. Roll back and pull. You should not only feel a good stretch in this leg right here, in the hamstring, but you should also feel a stretch in the crossed leg, way up there by your hip or into your glute, which is what we're after. This is a really good stretch to do after squats. So that's the strength workout. I included some notes about how to progress the individual exercises. So you can check out the doc that I attached to this plan. And hopefully it's all self-explanatory. Obviously, hit me up for any questions you have.